So like I said, I work in admissions. So I've worked with some of you throughout the admissions process, and we're really, really happy for you to come here today to learn more about being an admitted student. So I will hand it over to our panelists. I'll hand it over to our faculty, and we can get started with the presentation.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining this event. My name is Chen Feng. I'm currently the associate chair for the master program, and today I will use this opportunity to introduce you to our department point of contacts, and also give you an overview on the degree requirements, course requirements. In the meantime, we will also talk to you about our co-op programs, co-op opportunities, and other resources on campus to help you go through your degree. So maybe we'll start with the department contact. So again, my name is Chen Feng. I'm associate professor in the bioengineering department. I work in the concentration of biomedical devices and imaging. If you have any kind of questions on selecting courses, course requirements, or submitting override forms, petition forms, I'll be the one you contact and giving you approval. I want to introduce you to Caroline Pridmore. She is our assistant director for academic programs, and she will be your primary contact for any guidance, course selections, and any like scheduling your milestones, when to select your project based or whether it's thesis based, and when to select these courses, and any department forms that you need to file to enroll in different of these paths. In addition to Caroline and me, and you can also reach out to Kristen Billis. She is our academic advisor in the College of Engineering, and she is your main contact if you have questions related to registration, the student, any of the housing programs and student groups that you can participate during the program. In addition, I want to also introduce you to Stephanie DeFranzo. Stephanie DeFranzo. She is currently a PhD candidate in our department, and she is the graduate ambassador, and to help students answer questions. If you have wanted to get opinions on courses, which one to select, and on our student activities and other um, like housing, the environment, the school, other resources that students can use on campus. You can reach out to her, and we have a graduate student council that can, like other students, you can get help with. And moving on, we additional key contact in the department. We have the department chair, Professor Abraham Joy. His office is also in the 206 in ISAC with our department office and Caroline's office. And he is the department chair. And if you have any feedback on certain courses, and other questions related to the department resources, funding, and other um, questions, faculty members get feedback on certain like options to finish the degree. You can reach out to our department chair. And Esther Cohen is our director for operation and business manager. She manages any kind of finance related questions. You should go to Esther, and her office is also in the second floor of the ISAC building. If you have needs for, get a greater position to be like employment opportunities, she is a go-to person, and will show you the on-campus the employment options. Jeremy Marshall, he's the lab manager and our safety officer. If you happen to need to research in faculty's lab and need to get access to the lab space, you need to contact Jeremy to get through all the safety trainings needed to access the space and have your the seating area, and Jeremy manages all the access and the safety requirements. Okay, so next I'll hand to Kristen to go over some of the point of contact and graduate advising resources on campus that you can get help with.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Kirsten Bilas. I am the Senior Academic Advisor for what we call the departmental team, which handles the BioE program along with others. You are going to be having a bunch of different contacts throughout your time through the program, and we just kind of want to go over a little bit different between all of them. So the first one is going to be your graduate student service academic advisor, such as myself. And what we do is we help with registration errors and any issues you might have during the registration process. Any issues you might see with your your degree audit, which is a very important tool to use throughout your program. If you happen to find yourself on academic probation or have questions about your academic standing, we're there to help you. We're a big part of the forms process for a whole bunch of various reasons you might need it. So you can talk to us about that. And generally speaking, any kind of questions you might have, if we don't have the answer, we'll be able to point you in the direction of where to go. The other point of contact you're going to have is what we call your department faculty program contact or program advisor. And for BioE, it's going to be Professor Fang or Caroline Pridmore. And these are the contacts that you can ask specific questions about course content, assignments, grading. Um, and then you will, as we mentioned, they're part of the forms process. So Professor Pang will be a required signature on that, along with others, depending on what you need to have happen. Um, if you have any questions about the independent study, the BioE Master's Thesis Project track, and the procedures that the BioE department has internally, they are the best for that. And any kind of course selection for a specific career path or your personal engineering interest. As much as us as academic advisors love to help out students, we are not engineers. We can tell you which courses to take, but the BioE department will be able to give you more specific course content for that. If you are an international student, you'll also have what we call an OGS, Office of Global Services advisor. And this is the advisor that's going to help you with F1, the student visa compliance questions. You'll have any specific questions about OPT, pre-OPT, post-OPT, CPT. And also that you need to talk to them if you are an international student and need to take a leave of absence for whatever reason. We want to make sure that, everything is perfect for that and you won't get into any issues. Um, there is also a Global Student Success Office, and this offers tutors, workshops, and webinars geared specifically for international students, which is great. And then the career design and employer engagement is also a really great resource as they help with networking, career fairs, workshops, anything career advising as you're heading towards completing your program. Um, the last thing I just kind of want to touch upon is, as you can see in the top left-hand corner, the best way to reach academic advising, such as myself, is our email. It is a shared inbox, so advisors are able to get to you quickly. The best email is coe-bio-gradadvising@northeastern.edu. It will come to myself and members of the departmental team, and we'll be able to get in touch with you as soon as possible. Please make sure to put your NUID. That helps us answer your questions quicker than trying to look up the information.
Thank you, Kirsten. And just to reintroduce myself, I'm Caroline Pridmore, Assistant Director of Academic Programs, and just wanted to say if you're not sure who to ask, our academic advisors, that inbox is a great place to start. You can also reach out to me. We are great connectors to make sure that you get the answer that you need. Typically for departmental things in terms of, what courses should I take? Can I have some help planning out my program? I'm a great contact for that. And if we need some kind of higher level input based on career paths, that's where I bring in Professor Fang. And then, we'll bring in advising if there's any kind of, degree audit issues, things like that, or logistics on your student record. So that gives you an idea, but reach out to any of us and we'll connect you to the right place. All right, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about co-op over a couple of slides. I know that this is probably a big reason why a lot of you are with us. So we are known for our co-op program at Northeastern. We don't have a co-op advisor with us, but at orientation, we will have a co-op advisor there to answer your questions about, your interests and kind of pathway to co-op. Our co-op coordinators also teach a co-op education course. They offer workshops. They basically go over, public speaking, doing your resume, looking for a job, really guide you through the job search. And for co-op, I know a lot of people are really keen to get started. Typically, co-op is done after your second semester. So you come in, take your classes in the fall, get started. There's a minimum credit requirement before you go on co-op. And then typically students will take the introduction to co-op course in their spring semester. Some students do take it in their first full semester, but given that you can't go on co-op until you do have a minimum number of credits, it is normal to take it in the spring. And then during that time, you then start searching for your co-op and working with your co-op advisor. When you get started, you'll see an intent to co-op email land in your inbox. That is a really important email because when you want to begin the co-op process, you do need to register your intent so that they can bring you into that cohort. So look out for that. And we'll have a lot more information in terms of the process in orientation in September. But we do have, so as a department, but also as a university, we have really strong industry connections. We have a really large number of tech, biotech, pharmaceutical company connections in Boston, but also across the country. And we do also have some international co-op opportunities. As a department, the Department of Bioengineering, all of our faculty, including Professor Fang, have great connections with local hospitals, industry partners. We have an industrial advisory board that we work with closely on our curriculum. And so getting that kind of, that live feedback in terms of what's going to be relevant for your program to go and get a great job when you graduate. We have a great deal of expertise in the department that we are excited to share with you across your program. And with that, I'll hand back to Professor Fang.
Yeah, and I want to just mention, as Caroline mentioned earlier, that we'll also have co-op advisors and dedicated to help you, find these job opportunities and polish your CV to help you connect to those employers. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the degree requirements and give you some overview of what to expect to take our courses. Overall, to graduate from our master program, you need to get 32 credit hours. That is roughly for a regular course, typically it's about 4 credit hours for a regular course. So this translates roughly 8 courses. So among these sort of this total requirements, our department actually provide several paths for you to complete your master degree. I'll talk about these options below, but here you overall for all these courses you take, you are required to maintain a minimum cumulative GPA of 3 to graduate. Among these like roughly 8 courses, two of those are core courses you have to enroll, and one is called the Principles of Bioengineering, BioE 6000. This is sort of an introductory to research, and I'll talk to you about this course next. The other is a 4 credit hour course, Medical Physiology, BioE 6100. That gives you kind of overview of the biology, physiology needed to take on our additional technical courses. So outside of these two core courses, everybody have to enroll. You are also part of a concentration, and we have 4 concentrations in the department. Biomechanics, biomedical imaging and device is my concentration. We have MCTE, the molecular, cellular, tissue engineering, and we have SSCB concentration is system, synthetic, and computational bioengineering. So these are the 4 areas, and if you are one of these, everyone is one of those concentrations, and there's different concentration have different requirements, and some concentration require 2 courses from a list of restricted courses that you have to select, and some concentrations, like my concentration, have 3 required courses. So basically, that takes additional 2 to 3 courses. And the remaining courses, we have a list of electives, and you can choose. So basically, those are the course options. But our department, as I mentioned, have the flexible paths, and including you can take course only, all 32 credit hours, with completing all the courses from the core, from the concentration requirements, and all electives to finish the degree with 32 credit hour courses. You can also choose to have course with a master project. A project is a credit course basically, and you have to enroll that course and find a advisor to complete this project. And I'll talk to you about this project option in details later. So if you wanted to do more research, have more research experience, and you can also take the thesis option. A master thesis requires you to elect 2 semesters. The first semester to do a project, and the second semester to complete a thesis. So basically, it's an 8 credit hour for you to take the thesis option, and that 8 credit hours taking away from the 32, and the remaining are filled with these other courses. And if you take the project option, that's 4 credit hours, and then the remaining you fill it with the course options. Okay. So as I mentioned, we have 2 core courses. The first one is Principal Bioengineering. That's a great course, only 1 credit hour, but it basically aim to give you a overview on the research in our department. You will have the opportunity to sit in guest lectures by the principal investigators or professors in our department who do research and understand what are the research they're working on. This is also a great opportunity for you to sort of introduce yourself to these professors in case if you wanted to do research, if you like their research area, you want to join their groups for either a project or a thesis, master thesis. This is a great way for you to connect with them. You can understand the scope of the research they're working on and whether that has a match with your career path next. We will also train students to read literature, how to, search for papers that relevant to your research, how to read, understand these, scientific papers, and we will also train your sort of communication, scientific presentation skills. Students will be required to do some reading papers and write a report and then give an oral presentation. So overall, this is sort of a one credit hour course to get everybody up to speed to understand research and to be able to, you know, uh, and if you are interested in doing a project or doing thesis, and this is a great way for you to understand what are the flavors of research in the department and what kind of research you'd like to do, and connect to those professors when you start the thesis. Additionally, I mentioned there's also a course, a 4 credit hour course, BioE 6100 Medical Physiology. And oh, I forgot to mention the 6000 is only offered in the fall. So that's why you have to enroll in this course when this coming fall semester, because it will only offer every year. But the 6100, this 4 credit hour required core courses and a core course, and this is offered every fall and spring. So you're encouraged to enroll in this course, but if it is full, you can still take it in the spring. Um, Every student are required to enroll at least one semester of a seminar course. This is a 0 semester, 0 credit, but it's a required seminar. Basically, we invite speakers, like experts in different universities, research institutions, and invite them to our department to give us department seminar. And our students are expected to kind of come to this seminar to listen to these speakers, their great talks, and understand the sort of the state of the art on different research topics. Through your program, you need to enroll at least once for this seminar, but you're highly encouraged to go to every seminar. We provide some snacks, and you can also enjoy some of the excellent research from experts in the field. There is a every concentration have different courses that are some of the concentration restrict to you have to choose these 2 courses. Some others have like a list of courses that you choose 2 out of 3, and these are detailed in our graduate handbook. And I will share you with a link at the end. This is the sort of the requirements and the course lists and detailed like the department the course lists in you can find in the attachment section of the handbook. Also on our website, you can see the course catalog and all the courses involved in the degree programs, and you can find those courses also in our catalog.
And just
And
to
if you, go
Yeah,
ahead.
just to weigh in on that, the course catalogue is updated by the registrar just one time per year.
Yeah.
The 2025-26 catalogue is currently not posted, so there will be some minor changes coming up when it gets released. I have sent you all an email with some introductory links like the handbook and all of that. So if you haven't had a look at that, please do. If you didn't receive it, reach out to me and I can forward it along to you. But just a note, particularly for the biomedical devices and bioimaging concentration, we added a new course requirement, which is BioE 5800, System Signals and Controls. I think if you're in that concentration, you've been enrolling, that I think will naturally come up with a prerequisite error when you're trying to get into some of the other courses. So I think that's self-corrected. But that full information should be there within the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
Yep, thank you. And if you log into your student hub, and you will see the option degree audit, and we encourage you to, through the program, check that link and to make sure you are meeting all the requirements. All right, next. So as I mentioned, the 32 total semester hour course requirements roughly translate to 8 classes. Although, you saw one of the core courses, 1 semester, 1 credit, the 6000 is 1 credit. So basically you need to fill the remaining credits with courses or the projects. And when you enroll in courses, make sure you check the number of like credits for associated with each course. Most of the COE courses are like full courses, are 4 semester hours, like full credit courses. But in the College of Science COS courses, many of them are 3 semester hours. So you need to, when you enroll, you want to make sure that you have all the courses you enroll at together can reach to this minimum requirement. And also for the each concentration, some of the concentrations have um, a kind of a range of semester hours, not necessarily have to be 4, but there's also 3 or 4 semester hours. You need to go to the our handbook to check to see any of the concentrations have other more flexible requirements. Yeah, so basically each concentration, if you know the concentration, you go to the handbook, you're gonna find the list of courses that you need to you have to enroll for this particular concentration as requirements, and it typically is 2 or 3 of these required concentration specific courses. Um, for example, in the our device and imaging concentration, there's like 2 courses are required, and we actually require 3 courses, and 2 courses are fixed, and the other course can choose between 2 other courses. So basically, each concentration is slightly different, so you're gonna have to go to our catalog or go to our handbook to see the list. And that list is maintained, Caroline updated every year, and there's adjustments through the semester. We can change some of the requirements, add some additional requirements. So through the your program, there might be some changes, and we will inform all the students about changes. For the remaining, so basically after you take the core courses, after you take the concentration specific courses, the remaining courses are, either you can choose to fill it all by electives, and there's a long list of courses, not only limited to our department, but also College of Engineering, other departments in the College of Engineering, and even College of Science and other departments. Some of these courses, if it's listed in there, you can just go there and use it to fulfill your course requirements. If you think there is a course that is relevant and there's basically align well with your career path, but it's not listed in our electives, you can submit a petition. That petition form will go to me, and if that you have justifications why this particular course is preferred to enroll. I'll be able to review it and prove it so that you can take courses outside of the list. But those courses has to be separately petitioned. Again, monitor the requirements to make sure that you're on track to complete the required credits by the end of your program. So I mentioned that our department have these sort of 2 options for students who want to get involved in research. A lot of the master students, wanted to get some hands-on experience during the study, and participating research is a great way of, get hands-on to specific research and put specific skills on your CV so that it's make it easy for the future employer to understand the expertise you have. So there's an option to do just a research project, and that involves selecting 1 course called 7945 Master's Project. It's a 4 credit hour course. And if you basically, if you want to take the project option, you need to first find a advisor, and you need to kind of have an advisor to do the research. A great way to find an advisor is through taking the uh, the required principal bioengineering course because it invites many of the bioengineering faculty members to do a overview of the research, and you can understand what the type of research they're doing, connect to them. And if you wanted to kind of do research in their group, you just reach out to them and say, oh, I'm in your course, in your presentation, I'd like to do a research, and then you sit down and discuss what are the possible projects that they have in the lab, and then if they agree upon to be your advisor, and then you will need to I believe Caroline need to basically create this course for you, and then you will be able to enroll in this 7945 and master project and work with the professor through the semester. And at the end of the this project, you need to write a report, and the professor will grade your report and give you the final grades. There is also, the department, if you are looking for research outside of the presentation you see in the Principal Bioengineering, you can reach out to me, and I'm happy to, discuss about the kind of your interest and connect you to professors doing research aligned with that area. You can also basically go to our like their offices. You can just feel free to just go to their offices, go, browse their website, see their lab pages, understand the research, and then you can just go on, knock on their doors, and say, can I have a conversation? I wanted to do a research and discuss the options. You can work with both the core faculty members, bioengineering department, or affiliate faculty members. You can even also work with teaching faculties or research faculties. So basically, every faculty members in the department, if you are interested in their research, just reach out to them. If you're not sure, feel free to come to my office. I'm happy to steer you to the right direction. All right, so the other option, this is for the project. The thesis is similar, except that thesis require you to dedicate 2 semesters to work on the project. Usually, these thesis projects involve more, experiments or more research. So typically, it's split into 2 semesters, and the first semester you enroll it as the project, the same as the other, the project. And then if you are continuing and then complete a thesis, you need to, in the second semester, you need to enroll a master's thesis, 7990. And both of these are 4 credit hours courses. I mean, they're, projects, but they're counted as a course. So the first one is basically, basically the thesis option use 2 semesters to finish. You enroll these 2 different course numbers, but overall it's sort of 4 credit hour course that you continue through 2 semesters. At the end of this thesis, you are basically required to form a thesis committee, and the typical requirement is that you have minimum 3 faculty members. 2 must from our department, and 1 can be other department or even outside of Northeastern. So these are basically, you need to form a thesis committee and write the thesis and then defend in a presentation. And again, like the if you want to do thesis similarly to the project option, you just need to find a faculty member who have a ongoing research and a topic that you are interested in, and well, both the faculty members are interested in pursuing and you're interested in working on, and you can use the principle about engineering and basically read their websites, or through my talking to me or other faculty members to get pointers who to work with, and then have a conversation on the thesis option.
And just to add to this, all of the guidance on project and thesis is in the Bioengineering Graduate Handbook, which I linked in my welcome email. That gives you detailed instructions. It links the correct forms you need to fill out because the project and thesis form is internal. That is your go-to rather than the like COE graduate forms, which gives you like the kind of course related forms. So that's your go-to in terms of finding full information on the process and requirements. In particular, there's subtle difference in terms of like, the project option, you can work with any faculty. For the thesis option, it must be a core or affiliated research tenure or tenure track faculty. So all of that's highlighted in the handbook. So make sure whichever pathway you're looking at following, read that full guidance to make sure that you're proceeding in the way that you need to.
Great. Thank you for adding that. So in the coming fall, when you start enrolling courses, basically, as I mentioned, the BioE 6000 Principal Bioengineering is only offered in the fall. So we're expecting everyone to enroll this course in the fall semester. In addition to that, you can also highly recommend it to also enroll the other core courses just to get the, two core courses out of the way. The 6100 is offered both in this fall and spring. So if everybody enroll and if somehow the course is full, you cannot enroll anymore, there's still opportunity you can take it in the spring semester. Outside of these two core courses, just start to look into our handbook and see the, other courses that are required or you're interested, most relevant to your future career interest, and any of the 5,000 level courses you can take. These are graduate level courses, and you can take and just start with maybe the the concentration requirements, and if they're offered, it's also a great way to just get enroll them and get them out of the way.
Yeah. And BioE 6100 is full with a
It
long.
is already
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, just want to update anyone on the call that, I'm sure if you haven't got into the course, you can see that there is quite a long wait list on there as well, but don't worry. Please be reassured that we offered this every fall and spring. You will be able to take the course. So if you aren't able to get into 6100, I would plan to take 2 concentration courses this fall instead,
Yes.
but don't worry.
Yeah, so the department also have various options to accommodate students who are part-time or full with a full-time job outside of the degree. So if someone is working part-time and taking our degree, you can actually enroll a online asynchronous course. These are called V35 sections. Basically, these courses are kind of recorded by the instructor, and these courses have a instant. Basically, you don't need to, if your working hours overlap with the course hours, you can actually enroll these courses, then take, go to the our Canvas site, and then go over the recorded course lectures and take the course asynchronously. So part-time students, if someone is a part-time job, and you can enroll these V35 like asynchronous course with no restrictions. If someone have a full-time job, and if you wanted to enroll in the V35 courses, you need to file a override form, and that will allow you to enroll in these asynchronous courses. And generally, we prefer, if possible, come to the classrooms. In-person instruction is always preferred, and the faculty members have more kind of direct interaction with you, and there's kind of more benefits to come in person. So encourage, if even like part-time students, if your time allows, you can come to the classrooms and participate in the course in person. But in the event that this cannot be kind of accommodated, then V35, these asynchronous courses are options that you can take to complete your course requirements.
Yeah.
And
Just,
if I
oh,
can,
okay, yeah, Kirsten, you're probably going to say the same. I'll let you go ahead.
yeah, I was going to say, just want to make sure, especially for part-time students, there is a chance you still might face a restriction, but this restriction might
Mm.
be a instructor signature. And the reason why you get this, we want to make sure that the correct students are that are eligible for the course are able to enroll. And if you are labeled part-time and receive any type of restriction, or any student in general, you're registering for a course, just fill out the registration override request. You want to make sure you check off the exact restrictions that you face. Um, and then we'll work with the faculty, your program contacts, and advising, and go from there.
Yeah. And I want to mention also these V35 courses. They're not just simple, recorded lectures, but they're actually professionally made with a faculty member, and our there's a office in the university to just make the courses suitable, a format for like asynchronous learners. So they're also yeah, like designed for these remote sort of asynchronous learning. Okay, I think next. So basically, yeah, in the orientation, the fall orientation, we have two events. Put that on your calendar. One is the COE graduate student orientation, and that happens on September 9th in person on campus. There's if someone cannot attend, there is also a virtual option. I don't know there we have know the time yet, but that will be sent to you at the when the time is finalized. And in addition to the COE orientation events, we also have a bioengineering master orientation, and that's September 2nd. And we will basically go over again, some of these things that you need to keep in mind at the start of the semester.
And I can briefly talk a little bit more about the graduate student service orientation.
Mhm.
What it is, as I say, is going to be in person. There's going to be a brief presentation as well as a resource fair with student financial services, co-op, a lot of great kind of panelists that you'll be able to pop around the different tables and learn more about that. The virtual option will be posted on Canvas, and we will be recording the presentation sessions for that. So keep a lookout for your email. You will receive um, information on that and RSVP. We have also had two virtual sessions, like information sessions already, and I believe we'll be having another one next month in early August. So just continue to check your email, and if you have any questions, you can always get in contact with us about that.
All right. Caroline,
Yeah.
you
Sorry, I was just
wrapping up?
responding to a message in the Q&A, which I'll also read aloud,
Okay.
which is the location for our bioengineering departmental orientation. We will be confirming that closer to the date via email. So I'll be sharing an update by email. So keep an eye out for that closer to the time.
And also keep checking the new student information page as the orientation information and other information is continuously updated at that time, including links and locations.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue into this important link slide, which the first one is new student information, which has everything that you need. It's got the master orientation schedule, registration guidance. Make sure that you also have a look at our bioengineering graduate handbook, which I shared with you. It's also Googleable. If you just Google like Northeastern bioengineering graduate handbook, it will come up. I know a lot of students do that instead of going through the avenues can be quicker. So that's everything that you need. It's always good practice to review the resources first before reaching out to one of our many contacts, just so that we can get to your queries in the most efficient way. Lots of your questions can be answered in this information. So definitely I would, look at the resources, look at the handbook, look at the course catalog, and if you've still got questions, reach out to us. And I know also there might be some, special circumstances or particular questions that aren't answered in those resources, and we'd be more than happy to help you. And if you haven't already, please follow us on social media. Our marketing communications coordinator, Sophia, keeps everything really up to date in terms of showing you all the lovely things that we have going on, all the achievements from our students and our faculty. And at this point, I think we'll open out for a general Q&A.
Well, I mean, I would like to actually I introduced Stephanie, but I want to just let her give a brief introduction to what the student ambassador can help other students. Can you just tell students, incoming students, what are the interactions you can help?
Yeah, sure. So, hi everyone. My name is Stephanie. As I was introduced, I'm a PhD candidate in Dr. Guohao Dai's lab. So, I work in the cell and tissue engineering concentration. And I'm a graduate student ambassador in the College of Engineering. So, that means that I assist students, prospective student, and incoming student questions. So any questions you may have that are more suitable for students, feel free to contact me and all of the ambassadors. We can help with housing questions, questions on course recommendations, how to manage your time during grad school and things like that. So yeah, always here to help. Feel free to reach out.
Wonderful. And there's the email, I think the COE ambassador have the COE ambassadors at like there's a link in the earlier slides. Yes. So if you want to reach out to Stephanie, you can use that email. All right. Well, thank you everyone. And we're here can answer some of the questions if you may have.
Professor Fan, I did answer a question, but I think probably the rest of the student body would be interested as well because it relates to the co-op course, also known as ENCP 6100. It is offered every fall and spring term, but not in the summer. I also want to note that the sections are program specific. So it's very important, just like we briefly mentioned, the course guidance. There'll be a course guidance every term that will list the specific section for, in your case, the BioE program. If for whatever reason the course is filled or there's some type of conflict, you can work with the co-op team who's in charge of the courses and see if they're able to provide an alternative option. And again, this is because the sections are so specific to the program. So they're going to be providing career guidance for, in your case, the BioE career trajectory. So they want to make sure that the section you're in will be the best for you to help you with the co-ops.
That's great. Are there any questions from participants?
I'm not seeing any questions in the Q&A, but in the meantime, in case anybody does have questions, I'm just going to put the COE grad admissions email in the chat. So if anybody has any questions, just please feel free to reach out to that email address at any time. And kind of like the advising team, admissions can either answer your question or help find the person who can answer your question.
All right.
And
So I mean, I guess I don't see any chats. Okay.
But yeah, if there aren't any other questions, we can go ahead and wrap up the webinar. So I want to first thank the panelists for joining today and providing your insight for our admitted students. And for our admitted students, I know many of you are joining from the other side of the globe. So thank you so much for taking time out of your evening, your afternoon, or your morning to spend some time with us as you kind of prepare to come to school in the fall. And we're very excited to meet you when you get here. So thank you again to everyone and have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Bye.